All right, we're past Thanksgiving. We're starting December. They say this is the football season that matters. So we got a lot of teams in playoff contention right now. They would qualify today. Am I call in or call out on the team? Here we go.
All right, the Buffalo Bills, call in or call out?
I'm in on them. First of all, they're pretty lethal offensively. Josh Allen's the only quarterback with 20 touchdown passes and 5 rushing touchdowns. They've won 3 of 4. They're good off buys. What does that tell you? They're well coached. They're one of 2 teams in the NFL that's had over 20 first downs in every game, so I get the exact same offense every week, very explosive, beat you down the field. So I'm in. This is a playoff team.
How about my Dolphins, call in or call out?
I think it's a playoff team. Call in. I'm in on them. They've won 6 of 7. 17 straight games defensively, they have a takeaway, which is really remarkable in the NFL. Ryan Fitzpatrick has won as a starter. Tua's won as a starter. Now, they're not as good as the Saints, but similarly, they can go to a backup. Tua's got a different style than Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think they're a playoff team. I don't think they're a win a game in the playoffs, but I think they feel like a playoff team.
How about the Browns?
Call out. I have my reservations. First of all, they've had the easiest schedule in the NFL. Right now, they're a kind of a one-dimensional team. They run the football, but Baker Mayfield, 4 straight games, 20 completions or fewer. So they really, and by the way, now they face the Titans coming up, the Ravens coming up, and the Steelers coming up, and I think they lose all 3 of those games. So they've won a lot of one-possession close games against some really average teams, and I don't feel great today about what I see.
The Tennessee Titans, call in or call out?
Call in. I like them a lot. I don't think they can win the Super Bowl. I think they're good enough to get, well, I guess if you can get there, you can win it. Fewest giveaways. They've scored over 43 times. They can demolish teams. They're not real finesse, but Ryan Fitzpatrick leads the NFL in fourth quarter comebacks. Unlike Baltimore, they can play with a lead, they can play from behind, and 3 of their final 5 are against bad teams with losing records. So I think they're going to be a playoff team.
The Ravens, call in or call out?
Call out. I think I missed on this team. I think Lamar Jackson's struggling with turnovers. I think they're struggling with COVID. 22 Ravens have been placed on that. They're going to get hammered by the Steelers tomorrow afternoon. And it feels like they have a problem they can't solve. Their passing game right now.
The Colts, call in or call out?
Call out. They struggle running the football. So Jonathan Taylor, I loved as a draft pick. He's missed some games. They average about 3 yards a carry, 3.6 yards. It's one of the lowest per yards carry in the NFL. They struggle against physical teams. Tennessee pushed them all over the field. The Ravens gave them problems. The Browns gave them problems. So Darius Leonard's a great player, but their defense is, you think it's a good defense, but you can run right at them. And now sometimes they can run at you, but not as often. So they don't run the ball consistently. They did against Green Bay, a finesse team, and they don't stop the run enough for me. So I think they're not good enough at quarterback to have those deficiencies.
The Raiders,
call out. They just need one more draft to figure out their defense. 7 games, they've allowed 30-plus points. You can't win by shootout every week. Last week's a prime example. That's how they have to win. Like when their offense doesn't show up like last week, they get blown out because they can't stop anybody. So they're just not a good enough team. 7 times somebody scored 30 or more against them. You can't win post-Thanksgiving that way.
The Packers.
Well, they'll make the playoffs, but I'm out because I think there's a way to beat them. So they're 1-2 against teams with winning records. The Bucs blew them out, and the Colts in the second half blew them out. Their defense has allowed 100-plus rushing yards in 7 games this year, and they allow almost 5 yards a carry. So it's a bottom 10 rush defense. So again, they're going to win games. They've got stars, but they had time before the trading deadline to get a linebacker and to get a more physical presence up front, and they didn't. And so, again, they're going to finish 12-4, 13-3, but I just don't buy them as a multiple playoff winning team.
How about the Bucs?
I do. Again, they've lost back-to-back, so everybody's freaking out, but I'm not. I think their defense, they have the number 1 rushing defense in the NFL. That 20 takeaways is like only the Steelers have more. Brady we're just freaking out over the Brady thing. Go look at his numbers. 28 TDs, 11 picks, 96 quarterback rating, 64% completion percentage. It's not as good as we want, but it's fine. Right now, he's a top 7-8 quarterback production-wise in the NFL.
The Rams.
I'm in. They're 0-2 against the Niners. They're 7-2 against everybody else. I don't think they have a huge flaw. I think when Jared Goff is comfortable, which he's not clearly against the Niners, but very few teams are as physical as the Niners up front. Their defense, their secondary is unbelievable. They allow the second lowest passer rating in the NFL. They've got a great coach. Jalen Ramsey can take out your best receiver. So I like the Rams. They played like crap Sunday, but I like them.
Finally, the Cardinals.
Call out, but I've always felt they're a year away. Most penalized team in the NFL. They make a lot of mistakes. Kyler Murray, you saw him Sunday. They're still figuring the game out. He's a young guy, needs more starts. Only started 1 year in college. He just needs more reps. It's a tough division. There's a lot of good coaches in this division and a lot of good defensive lines. I like Arizona, but I think everybody thought they were 5-11. Can they get to 8-8? That's about where they'll get. And then next year, he gets another 16 starts. They make their run next year. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.